Well, for more on this, let's turn now to Washington. I'm joined by Paula Stern, founder of the Stern Group and a former chair of the International Trade Commission. Paula, if I could start, I guess, with, is it even possible to undo a pact such as NAFTA?
Oh, yes. If you mean from a legal point of view, the president will have enormous powers, and the provision of NAFTA itself calls for a country to, on notice, give 6 months to the other parties of an intention to withdraw. So the powers are there. It can happen. And there's a memo, actually, that's just circulating, apparently, by another TV show that came out of the Trump transition team that talks about asking my old agency, the USITC, or the Department of Commerce, to, on day one of the Trump presidency, to consider what needs to be done to, and to proceed with what is, I said, legally within his purview.
Paula, I mean, if you're talking about an economy the size of the United States, clearly, you know, one of the biggest in the world, it enters into any negotiation surely in a sort of position of strength. Does that mean that, for example, Mexico is likely to suffer most?
Well, no, I don't think that's clear at all, because this is not a kind of a zero-sum game. This 25-year-old deal integrated these three economies, Canada, the United States, and Mexico, in such a way that the borders have melted, and instead what you get are supply chains of manufacturers as well as agricultural goods and services. But particularly when it comes to the manufacturing arena, and automobiles, of course, is the most dominant industry in this integrated supply chain, it will, if you will, be impacted, I think, in such a way that all three countries will have enormous adjustment to make. The U.S. auto industry has put billions of dollars into Mexico to create this integrated agreement.
Paula, we're out of time. Yes or no, is this the end of free trade era as we know it?
Certainly as we know it. This is the first agreement that is being contemplated to raise tariffs, and that is what at least President-elect Trump has talked about, increasing tariffs on Mexico of 35%. Yeah. It's not like any trade agreement that we've had.
Paula Stern, thank you very much for talking to us.
You're welcome.